promises and bringing up the past. Baby, you know that you better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama. I bought the Chanel and I got your back. I promised that I would've never gotten phone if I knew I would get so attached. I promised that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much? Would've did anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's our visiting team and the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. Off we go from Santa Clara. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Open man, that's Kyle Williams. He's got it. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
They'll try it now with Henderson. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Forced out left. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
That was close.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Second and 10. Let's go. They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Bashal Tootin. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard. Third down and 12. Throwing is Herbert on third down. That pass to the sideline. Nice job to bring it in and stay in bounds, but still short of that first down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Niners will take a 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, ready. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Marshawn Lattimore that time, up from the secondary. He gets in and records the sack. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. Montez Sweat into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year. This returnable from inside is on 40. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, 49.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing, Herbert. Set up the screen here for Tootin.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Ball right on the 5-yard line. Second down and goal. A give. Here comes Blue. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
Last drive yielded 3. They'd like more. See what happens on 3rd and goal. They'll run. He'll take this down to the 2, but that is it. Good job by the defense to hold it to a gain of 3 and set up 4th down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
Some extra bulk out there. They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try to run.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined.
This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And he is going to score! A pick 6 for the touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Right back to the air following that pick 6. They try to set up a screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Dodson.
He's going to have a lot better moments than this one, Mike. You just can't force that throw, not at this level. It's going to cost you more times than not. And for this young rookie, hopefully this is one that he can learn from and not continue to repeat.
Makes the score Niners 17, Bisons nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And off it is Henderson heading left. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. One quarter in the books. 17-0, the early score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. 3rd and a long way to go. Back to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Brown.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7.
Lion.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Headed left, buying time. He keeps it himself. He's taken down just shy of the 10. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Crowd right. Set.
On 1st down, Herbert. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Delta, set. Ready.
On 2nd down, it's Tootin. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Another run here with Tootin.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
4th down.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to give ground and lose yardage here. Back to the 6.
A loss of 2. Brings up
He'll drop to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
San Antonio, first down. It's a gain of 6.
Now, faking the give. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. That's enough for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, like, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And that will be a first down.
Hold it ready. Here we go. Start.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's the tight end, Cotton. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
It's a gain of 6. First down,
Let's go
San
now.
Antonio.
Now a run here. Off the RPO, he keeps it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
That's caught at Savion Williams. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. And he'll have the first down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling.
On the jump.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Cowboys, Panther 60. Panther 60. Traveler, check. Panther.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. For the pylon, he's in. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Bison. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Bisons are back in this one. It's 17-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
21. Set.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll find his man. That's Jaden Higgins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And he's going to get there. He got the first down. Not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. As that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Delta. Hey, go Lion. Go.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the 2nd quarter clock.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now Herbert again. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Niners 20, Bison 7.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Set. Why did it hop?
Play action now. It's Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. 37 yards.
Set. Delta. Set. Ready.
Herbert now on 1st down. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Set. Black 80. Black. 12. 5-9. 21. Set.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Flush to his right. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. And the San Antonio first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
He'll complete that to his fullback. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
On the play. And this is 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 tight, 19 tight.
From the 50, he'll set him to throw. Open man, right side, he's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
They'll stick with him again. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle.
At the 23-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
When you give the ball to the fullback, it just hits a lot faster, so it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to trust their reads and react. It's exactly what we saw here. They're able to take him down in the backfield for a loss.
Right back to the fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
17-yard line.
And what started out as a promising drive, now they find themselves in 3rd and long. After being stuffed for a loss on 1st down with that ground game, they came right back to it, trying to make up some of those lost yards. The defense was having none of it. 3rd and long.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This one from just under 50 yards. Bates' kick is good. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Just 2 scores down. This is really taking a chance. With a quarter plus to play, they line up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That's a risky call here, but I understand what they're thinking. You find yourself down in the 3rd quarter. How do we steal some possessions? How do we get the ball back to our offense to cut into this deficit? But now in return, it's your defense that now has the tough task.
Set. Ready.
Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender is right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
380. Cut. Set.
On play action. Now Herbert. He'll tuck it and take off. And a nice run and close to the 1st down, protecting himself, sliding at the end.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Set. Set.
They'll look to pick it up with Tootin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. 17 yards on that play. First down, 49ers.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at three situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
On first down, they'll go back to Tootin. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense.
That is caught. What a throw. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, 49ers. Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30.
Ready? Get it? 70, stand by Wolf. Hurt.
They send the tight end in motion.
19 Lions.
The drive will start on the ground. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. L'Jarius Sneed in on the stop.
On the 6.
Second down and 8.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Ready?
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll try to set up the screen here. 20-yard pickup there. That's enough for a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, break. Dragon 60. 60 ball catch. 60.
He'll drop to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down.
19, start. Here we go. Start.
First down, Bison.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 4-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That one taken in. Touchdown San Antonio. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Crowd right. Baylor Tiger. Baylor. Coleman trips right. Don't, hey, go lion. Go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. Jaden Higgins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, a little predictable there. You feel like you just gave up points, and the first thing you want to do is you just want to answer back, and you try to get it all in one play. Nice job by the defensive coordinator, understanding the deep shot was coming, having the right call there. So offensively, just take what's there. You're not going to get all those points back in one play. Take your time, take what's there, sustain the drive.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. He's going to look for the home run ball. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with them, and we'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long.
OP. Hey, Ray. Hey, easy. We'll go orange.
They'll go for it. It's Herbert going for it all. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. Oh, he's trying to use the big frame to push forward. I don't think he's going to get there. He's held up at the line of scrimmage, and now it's 4th down. The motion man here is Woods.
19 tight, 19 tight. Drag him 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Go.
This drive begins with a run by Chutin. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And it's a big return. He's finally tackled right near midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And out of bounds, but in business. They're going to have it 1st and goal inside the 5. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 47 yards.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and
Dorendo.
3 yards.
And this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Wrap going.
They'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Bison.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
Ready.
On play action now, Herbert moving to his right. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Niners first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Black 80.
Another run here with Tootin. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point by Gay is good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now from the gun. Flush to his right, going up top. Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ended up being a wasted down.
Mustang 19 Lions. Let's go.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Again, working deep downfield. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Come 19. Come 19. Ready? Cowboy 80.
He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Williams in motion.
60 Maverick.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Now he'll air one out. And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
That'll be complete to Tootin. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers.